Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating piece of source material that tackles, literally, one of the most profound mysteries in natural science. Okay, let's dive into this. When you just look out at nature, the visual chaos and the endless variety are totally overwhelming, right? The sheer scale of it all is absolutely immense. But beneath all that apparent chaos, there's actually a hidden underlying structure. So we're going to unpack exactly how that works today by exploring what our source calls the paradox of biodiversity.
8.7 million. Just let that massive number sink in for a second. According to our source material, that is the estimated total of completely unique species existing on Earth today. To put that into perspective, think about walking down the grand corridor of a natural history museum. If you spent just one single minute looking at each species, it would take you over 16 years of nonstop walking to see them all. From the deepest, darkest ocean trenches to the absolute highest mountain peaks, it's an overwhelming variety that honestly kind of defies human comprehension.
Which brings us to a simple but deeply profound riddle. Do they share anything? When you compare a super vibrant coral reef, a dense rainforest, and a harsh, barren desert, the creatures living there seem completely disconnected. They don't look alike, they definitely don't behave alike, and they survive in entirely different ways. So what could possibly connect such an immense variety of life forms? Is it all just random, chaotic diversity? Or is there some single thread tying every one of those 8.7 million species together?
Well, what's really interesting about this is the answer to that exact riddle. It's actually found in a simple four-letter code, A, T, G, and C. Our source points out a staggering biological reality here. Nearly every single living thing on this planet is coded with just these four molecules. They essentially act as a shared genetic alphabet. It really doesn't matter how vastly different species look on the outside. On the inside, down at the most fundamental molecular level, life uses the exact same four letters to write its instruction manual. Crazy, right?
And this brilliantly illustrates that concept in action. Take a microscopic, single-celled bacterium and then compare it to a massive ocean whale. You seriously couldn't imagine two life forms more physically different in size or complexity or habitat. But the core difference between these two isn't the biological alphabet they use. Actually, scratch that. They both run on the exact same A, T, G, and C. The difference is simply how those exact same four letters are sequenced. The alphabet is identical. It's merely the sequence, the biological spelling, so to speak, that changes to create either an invisible microbe or literally the largest mammal on Earth.
So, the crucial point is captured perfectly in this profound insight from our source material. As one commentator explained it, diversity is not disorder. It's countless, beautiful variations of one system. Instead of looking at 8.7 million species as just random biological chaos, the source makes the argument that each creature is purposefully and uniquely adapted for its specific role. They're framed as countless, brilliant variations built entirely upon that single, shared four-letter system we just talked about.
So let's move to the grand synthesis of all this, because it really builds our broader understanding of nature's design. Unity and multiplicity coexist. The biological reality of our world proves that vast, unimaginable richness can exist perfectly right alongside absolute structural unity. As the source so beautifully phrases it, it's basically like looking at a limited alphabet writing endless stories. The strict unity of those four letters doesn't restrict the multiplicity of life at all. Instead, it completely enables it. It allows for beautifully unique stories to be written from the exact same foundational code. Which leaves us with a fascinating final question from our source material to really chew on. If millions of stories share the exact same four letters, is it just repetition or the mark of a skilled hand? The author suggests that this immense variety springing from a single unified system points away from mere accident and hints at a deliberate design. It's such a profound thought to take away from this explainer. The next time you're out walking through a city park or any natural space, take a moment to remember the incredible four-letter unity hiding right beneath the surface of all that wild diversity. Thanks so much for exploring this with me today, and I really hope it leaves you looking at the natural world in a completely new way.